Path of Exile 2 is one of the games that I am the most excited for. I know a lot of guys out in LA, you know, like even saw like DM like fly down to LA, and a lot of other people like came out to see an event that they had recently. You know, I was a little jealous, right? I would have been able to go, but I just, you know, I don't really like to travel. And so I'm very excited to be able to play this game myself. So this is a really long time ago. This is back when I was dating Pink Sparkles, and I remember she left to like visit her family, and I was like, "Oh, it's too bad you have to leave on Thursday, the day before the PoE League comes out." Man. Oh, have fun. I'll see you later. Yeah, what a bummer, right? What a shame. I remember she came back and I was still playing the game, and at that point I was trying to speed farm Cortex to like actually buy a headhunter, and I had to quit the game because like she came back and she just like would not tolerate me playing the game all day. And after like I think that like this was after like one of like our like 30 breakups, or probably more than that, like 50 or 100 breakups. I spent all of my currency and every piece of currency that I possibly had on ancient orbs, and I ancient orbed a headhunter, and I recorded it. I don't know where the video is of it, but I was so fucking happy. Thunder Brother, yes, I did. All's well that ends well. PoE 2 is better than Diablo 4. I think that it will have... If you are a hardcore ARPG fan, I think that you can almost guarantee that PoE 2 will be a more fulfilling experience than Diablo 4. Even though I think Diablo 4 is filling a niche very well. And it's filling a larger... Like, I think Diablo 4 will always be bigger than PoE. I think it will always be bigger. However, I think PoE in a lot of ways is a better game for, like, a more hardcore player. We'll see. We will see. By the way, this is what I'm going to play.
I'm certainly not supposed to be here. How exciting.
Yeah, I was really excited for this. Okay. This is... Oh. Bro, like, so we're just starting off and we're going to be doing a boss fight? See, this is the difference between, like, a good game and a bad game. Is, like, a good game advertises itself by just being like, yeah, by the way, here is gameplay of this really good game. And so you're going to look at the gameplay, and then there it is, right? Trailer versus gameplay, yeah. All right, let's go. It's like a Kataba style. Oh, fuck you, man.
I'm Jonathan Rogers.
Never mind. Shit.
Game director on Path of Exile 2, and I'm here today to talk about The Witch.
Okay. This is the main Necromancer archetype, so I will be having to play a girl character in this game. It is what it is.
Classes have access to some kind of minion, but if you want to control an army, The Witch is probably the class you want to pick.
Fuck yeah, yeah.
In PoE 2, most minions don't require summoning manually. This scepter gives me a couple of free warriors, but it's also...
Do they function like... Because, you know, you can do that with carrying golems, right? With that one passive?
also going to give me another resource called Spirit, which you can spend on whatever minions you want. You can see the Spirit bar above the mana here. On the skill screen, you can pick the composition of your army. This is a level 2 area, so I can only afford one other minion.
Dude, I want to play. Yeah, I'm actually. I want to play this.
Pick a sniper for now.
You can stay in the back with me.
Oh man.
When minions die, they'll be revived automatically so long as no other minion has died recently. So before your next battle, all your minions will come back to life.
I wonder if they decided to do this before or after the ring for Season 1 in Diablo. Because, like, dude, that ring as a Necromancer totally changed the way that, like... that ring was so nice, right? Like, I remember thinking, like, if they ever get rid of this ring in the future, I'm never going to play this game again. This game's free? Yeah, this is a free game, guys.
You can also order your minions around with a dedicated button. Tell them to move to a specific location, attack a specific enemy, or even open a chest or door for you.
Wow. She's not like Feeding Frenzy or something.
We also have temporary minions. This spell is called Unearth. If it kills a monster or if it hits the corpse of a monster, it creates these bone constructs. They can't take many hits and have a limited lifetime, but you can build up a real...
So it's almost like the skeletons are like zombies or golems now. But you still have things that function as like summon raging spirits or skeletons. Okay.
Army with these.
But more of the army is passive?
While my minions are attacking, I'm going to use some debuffs on the monsters too.
Right.
The first one
That's
I'm going to
Essence
use here
Strain?
is Contagion.
Oh.
If a monster dies with Contagion, it spreads to nearby enemies. Each
Right.
time it spreads, the damage increases, so it's a good idea to try and keep the infection
Oh,
going.
like the Lich King.
If any corpses are infected when you summon a minion from them, the minion will be infected as well. Each time they hit an enemy, they'll continue infecting them.
Listen to this again. Ho up.
The infection going. If any corpses are infected when you summon a minion from them, the minion will be infected as well. Each time they hit an enemy, they'll continue infecting them. It's
Naturally. Man. How do they keep doing it, man? God damn.
nice to have an army of infected scorpions on your side. I also have another Chaos debuff called Essence Drain. This one does even more single target degen. If the monster is infected with Contagion at the same time, then the Essence Drain will spread as well. This can turn into a real plague of destruction. Another minion type I can summon are zombies, but they require a corpse.
Naturally. Let me see the zombies.
They don't come back to life if they die, but they're fairly tough and can bolster your minion numbers.
This is just like, to me, it's level 2, man. Like, you level, dude, like, it's just so good. I feel like I'm being a fanboy right now, but like, this is just good. And it's 2 minutes in, like...
Many minions also have command skills. I can order my sniper to deploy a gas arrow on the battlefield to get some damage over time.
Glazing so hard? I am! I'm not sorry. Huh.
Now I'm going to summon a skeletal arsonist. They can throw little fire grenades, but they also have a command skill that can detonate your own minions that are low on life.
Huh.
When you see the red indicator, use the skill and the minion will go boom. It's particularly nice on these bone constructs because they expire quickly anyway. So, let's take all these tools we've found and fight the boss of this area, the Carrion Crone.
By the way, he is going to absolutely wipe the fucking floor with this boss, because minion builds in this game are so fucking broken, overpowered, that they cut the damage that Carrion Golem did in half, and it was still one of the best builds in the game. It's fucking broken. It's crazy. Like, this is what I'm playing this 100% on release. It's not even going to be a question. And I also have, like, to be honest, I have the deepest knowledge for, like, PoE and minion builds. I'm at 10% instead of 5%. Look. Yeah, look. Melted.
So, that's
Go back and look at the combat demos for the other bosses with the other classes. What did this boss do? Who knows and who cares?
how many minions you can get at level 2, but let's see what minion gameplay looks like at a higher level.
Ooh.
This is a level 30 area. I want to try a different group of minions. I still have my trusty warriors, but there's a lot of different types to choose from.
Right.
Like brutes for stunning or ice mages for freezing, and most of them come with their own special abilities or command skills. For now, I'd like a couple of storm mages to shock enemies, a cleric to heal and revive my minions, and a bunch of reavers as well. Reavers do high damage, and you can also enrage them before battle. This slowly kills them, but my cleric should be able to keep them alive. While my minions are attacking, I can use channeled skills like Bone Storm, which creates a devastating volley of sharp spikes.
Well, how does this work? Okay.
The Storm Mage has a useful ability if lots of your minions die. He can summon a lightning storm to strike the location of every dead skeleton in your army. Just like that. We also have a type of
See,
skill.
this is the kind of game I want you guys to understand that I've put 2,000 hours, probably 3,000 even, hours into Path of Exile 1. And if I were to think about, like, what percentage of the game do I understand about, like, 25% of the game. Yeah, maybe 25.
Called offerings. These let you impale one of your skeletons on a big spike of bone in order to buff all of your other minions.
No way you're that high. You're probably right, you know?
It's called Pain Offering. It makes all of my other minions faster and deal more damage. After the battle, we have some extra corpses. We don't want those to go to waste. Profane Ritual consumes a corpse to create a power charge.
That's what it
which can
is.
Power up some of my other spells.
Oh,
If I
power
use them
charges
to
have a
summon
longer
zombies,
lasting
I can create
time.
super zombies, which are more powerful. You also don't need a corpse to summon them.
Where'd the power charges go? So he uses
I can
them
also
to
use
summon.
power charges to channel Bone Storm. If I do that, it adds a devastating AoE.
Jesus Christ. Wait, what the hell is this?
In PoE 2, even non-boss monsters can be pretty devastating, like this Faradin Impaler. There's a wide variety of abilities and it's pretty tough.
Wait, that was a... That's not even... That's a normal mob? It's a blue mob? What the fuck?
to But maybe I can put the body to a better use. This is a Bind Spectre gem. Using it,
We're all like... Yeah. Why, I use the gorillas, man.
I can take the body of any
Yeah.
enemy and capture its spirit so that I can keep it as a
Remember
minion.
them gorillas?
Any monster can be captured, but the spirit cost depends on how powerful the monster is. It takes a lot of spirit for such a powerful enemy, so I'll have to unsummon a lot of my other minions, but it certainly seems like it might be worth it.
Wait, so does she... There's no way
If the
she
Spectre
casts...
dies, just like any other minion, it will respawn after a short time.
There's...
So, I think it's time to fight the boss of this area, Tor Gull the Defiler.
You are relentless, and that makes you predictable. The
Oh
end
my
of
God.
tyranny is nearly at hand.
Spectres are always the best builds. Remember those like heist specters that were just like super OP? I think it was like ice damage. Okay, here we go. I really should have gone that way. Oh man. Oh my god. This is unfair to fair. Oh my god. What is this? This is so good. What the fuck? I know. This is crazy. This is like, because you can see, obviously, every attack that he did is an augmented, in my opinion, kind of, I think I love Kitava as a boss. I think these are kind of like better versions of Kitava attacks. Like the Fire Breath is a Kitava, the Scrape attack is Kitava, that's Kitava. This is really good. Dude, this looks amazing, yeah. Ripped all the minions, though. Yeah, but they'll get resummoned. See, they're coming back. I feel like minion resummoning and keeping minions in combat and how to balance minion damage and how much damage minions take inside of a combat situation like this, a lot of games don't really get right. Like, it's either like the minions are invincible and they're like cosmetic, like they never take any damage, or they get like one shot constantly. So yeah, I really want to play this out to know like kind of how it really feels. I never did Falconer in Last Epoch. I never did. I didn't play it. Somebody says in chat, they're like, it feels nice to be excited for a game you know won't disappoint you. Here's the truth, is that there have been a lot of like updates in PoE that I didn't like and changes that were made that I didn't like. And I think that that was fair, right? However, I know that the people that are making the game are competent and are trying to make a good game. So even whenever they miss, it doesn't like make me mad, right? Like I'm not mad. It's just like, oh, well, hopefully they'll get it next time and then I'll come back and play, right? Yeah, like there's like an inherent and implicit trust. In the end, they'll deliver. Yeah, mistakes happen. So I guess maybe when he's lower health, he does the fire tornadoes. By the way, like one element of this is like, look at the, is that a lightning attack that he just did? That looked really cool. I'm going to be real, like visually, like Diablo 4 looks great. It looks amazing, but this looks as good as Diablo 4, and I think it has a darker style, which makes me like it more. I think that, like, visually, this is about the same as Diablo 4 in terms of fidelity, but, like, the style of this I like a lot more. Oh, fuck, it's almost over. Shit! One more, yes. Remember they said it was going to come out in June? Yeah, people were like, because they announced it so far ahead of time, they're like, oh, they know for sure they're going to meet this deadline. They did not. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Interesting how much more expensive it is. Yeah, this game can't come soon enough. Yeah. Oh my fucking god, man. Like, can you stop watching this every time I want to play more? Dude, this one, this is, oh my god. Dude, because this is, you gotta understand, like, this is my main class in PoE. So there's the video right there. That's your regular broadcast of microtransaction infested games. This game has, dude, I've bought the $480 microtransaction pack for this game. I've done it multiple times, and I'm not sorry. Rep the hoodie? Where is the hoodie? I think it's downstairs, right? I feel like it's got to be downstairs. I've got a lot of money, right? I got a lot of money. It's not a big deal to me. And so I'm a whale. I am. And I'm hopefully, you know, I'm putting in my 2 cents and I'm helping paying for the game, right? That's the goal. Keep doing it. You guys are doing great. This is awesome. I love it. The one dev leaked the multiplayer release date in an interview. They said October. Great. I hope so. Like, I'd love to play it. Holy fuck, man. And this is the new class? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the witch reveal. Okay. I've seen that. Holy fuck. And this is the console experience as well. Man. Thanks, Asmon, because you're whaling. I'll have a great game to play. I'm glad to do it, and I'll do it again. Garen fucking Teed, man. This game is getting really big, and also I want to say, like, this is a game that if you only want to put 50 to 100 hours into a season of an ARPG, then I think that, like, really, you'd probably be happy with Diablo 4. You would be. You'd probably get more out of Diablo 4 than you would of PoE. But if you want to put 500 to 1,000 hours into a season, then you want to play Path of Exile. It is extremely fulfilling. Like, Diablo 4 does a lot of really great things. And I think it makes a great entry-level, casual ARPG experience. It does. But for the serious players, the enthusiasts, this is the game for them. This is the game, man. I think PoE on both ends, to be honest. I hope that that's true with PoE 2. I personally don't think it's true with PoE 1, but, you know, if you think so, good for you. Do we know that they'll have a new class not seen in PoE 1? I don't know how much has been revealed and how much is left. Does PoE have a good story? There are some pretty cool elements of the story. The story is told through like a Roman mythology vibe. I would say, kind of. It has like a gothic Roman mythology with like the, what do you call it? Like the main storyline. It's not really like a super compelling story. Apparently, and Chris Wilson, who's like the main guy for PoE, right? He's like the spokesperson for the game, the one that most people recognize at least. Like obviously it's like him and this other guy Jonathan, right? These are like two of the main guys that are like mainly talking about the game. I think that Chris said that like with PoE 1 they just basically threw some shit together and then, you know, it is what it is, right? But like with PoE 2 they're actually working with like a narrative team and they're trying to give the game an actual compelling narrative arc. So it's looking like they're actually trying to improve that element. Do you hear that Chris said that PoE loot was so bad, so they fixed it? Yeah, what a surprise. That's what it is. One reason for the delay is they want to remake the dialogue so that they have a better story. The story matters. It does. And I think you should have a good story. It's my first ARPG. I really enjoyed the story. Didn't delve much deeper into that. Yeah. Like, I remember, and like, by the way, like, my favorite part, like, I love the Duresso thing, like, the gladiator thing. Oh, bro, the music and all of, like, you know, the little things you can, like, click on. Like, PoE also does lore in a really good way. And, like, so what PoE does with lore is that you'll be playing through the game and there'll be, like, objects in the game, like a plaque or, like, a memoir or, you know, a stone and, like, on the beach, right, of, like, the calm stones. And you click on it and it starts playing the text. But if you walk away from it, it still plays the narrative text. So it's not like the lore locks you in place. So you can play through the game and you can pick up the lore, but the lore does not cannibalize the gameplay. Like Bioshock? Yeah. Flavor text on uniques too? Yeah. A lot of things have that. But yeah. And you can just cancel it if you want. Yeah. There's a little line and it's like you just click it off. Delay was because WASD movement made them rebalance and all bosses change character animations, add skills that work with WASD. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out what's going to happen. The minions need a damage nerf though. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, you're completely right. Yeah, that's true. Like, it's so broken. Like, everybody will play it, right? Like you don't want to have like one class that's able to just like stomp everything. Like whereas like every other class is like way harder. Like that's not good design. And like by the way, they agree with me. That's why they've nerfed minions 100 fucking times. So yeah, I think that's true. This game is gonna be huge on launch. Yeah, I'm gonna be. That's just a balance issue. Yeah, it is. Play the Grand Arena OST, please. Yeah, and also some of the music for PoE goes so hard. What do you think about Gold and PoE 2? My thoughts about Gold? I think that Gold is really good for new players in understanding how to interface with vendors. And I don't think that it's going to matter for people in the end game at all, based off of the way that they've explained it. So that's why I'm okay with it. And like, because PoE has a really big onboarding issue, where it's like, the people that are playing, it's like really hard for me to get, like, it's easy for me to get, for example, I don't know, like Amaru or Tectone to play Diablo 4. It's easy. But like, imagine like getting them to play PoE. It's like, okay, you have to watch this 30-minute build guide, then you have to play the game for 100 hours, right? So, like, making sure that you, like, PoE's biggest goal, I think, should be making it to where people get to maps. They finish the campaign and they get to maps, and they don't have a quit state of like getting one shot in a map and then quitting the game. Because I think that a lot of people, there's like just so much information overload that PoE has. And there's also like, there's a silver lining to this too. The silver lining to the massive information overload is that it's a huge filter for people that are casuals. So PoE has a much more narrow and focused audience that wants more of the same thing. So as where like a lot of games, because they don't have filters like this, you have like an audience spectrum that's this big. PoE has an audience spectrum that's this big because all of the people out here got filtered out. Now, you can make arguments like which one is better, which one is worse. But I do think that it would be okay if they branch this out a little bit. That's all. Yeah, skill tree is also a big repellent. Well, the best thing about it is there's like 3 of those. Put on the Searing Exarch OST. Yeah, I'll put that one on too. Yeah, the music the game has is like insanely fucking good. Yeah, also a big sell. Yeah, exactly. Skill tree is not as complex as it looks. I agree with you, but at the same time, I don't. Because learning the complexities of it is so punishing that people will not learn it. They will just look it up and have somebody else tell them how to play. That's the problem. Yeah, it requires a bit of knowledge. Yeah, exactly. Play the Legion one. I'll play one more. Give me a minute. So, this is the music for a boss that you don't even know he exists for the first probably 50 to 100 hours of the game. And by the time that you fight him, you're probably at least like 100 to 200 hours into the game. You load into this fucking like this, like basically the core of the sun. And you fight an eldritch being that, you know, shoots fireballs and like fucking missiles and all kinds of crazy shit at you. It's so badass. PoE has like some of the most crazy power scaling in any game. Halfway through the campaign, you kill a god. That's halfway through the campaign. There's 10 acts. You kill your first god in like act 5 or 6. And so like you're already fight. This guy is like an interdimensional, like world destroying fucking force. Is Dominus a god? No, but he wanted to be. And that's why like he allied with Malachi. If I remember right with the lore. He's a wannabe god, yeah. In clap with 20 skellies, yeah. Remember he's just a messenger? Yeah. Shaper's better? Yeah, Shaper was really fucking cool. Can you show us the fight? I'll show you one part of it. Like, watch this. Okay, here it comes. This is fucking insane. This looks familiar? Yes. Yeah, by the way, this guy is like one of the like legends in the game. And keep in mind, standing in this reduces your fire resistance. This mob does a lot of damage as well. He spawns only in the hard mode. And if you get hit by one of these, he can probably take 2 hits. So he gets hit 1 time, second time he's dead. He probably geared to take 1 hit. And this boss, by the way, like Searing Exarch, like fundamentally has a pretty easy attack. Like everything that he does is very easy to avoid. Like, was that incineration? Yeah, it's incineration. And he'll say what it is, right? Uber Lilith has nothing on Searing Exarch? Yeah. I completely agree with you, by the way. Like, it's not even remotely close.